Have you ever wondered why so many older adults find themselves waking up around 3 a.m. and then lying there, unable to fall back asleep? You might find yourself staring at the ceiling in the quiet of the night, wondering what's happening with your body or your mind. The truth is, this is far more common than you might think, and it isn't just a random habit, or simply the result of getting older. In this video, we're going to explore 5 meaningful reasons why people often wake up at this hour, and what those early morning awakenings may be trying to tell you. Each reason reveals something deeper about your body, your health, and your life journey. By the end, you may see your sleep patterns in a whole new light. These aren't surface-level guesses. They're grounded in real physiology, psychology, and the natural rhythms of aging that many people never hear about. We'll look at hormone changes, shifts in your sleep cycle, health challenges, lifestyle habits, and even emotional influences that quietly shape your nights. And we'll talk about them in a way that's honest, gentle, and respectful of all that you've lived through. So, if you've ever found yourself wide awake at 3 a.m. asking, "Why now?" you're in the right place. Stay with us until the end, because what you discover here might not only improve your sleep, it could help you better understand and appreciate what your body is going through. The first reason is reduced melatonin production. One of the clearest explanations for why older adults wake up in the middle of the night, often around 3 a.m., is the natural decline in melatonin that comes with age. Melatonin is the hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycle. It's often called the body's internal clock, and it plays a key role in helping you not just fall asleep, but stay asleep. When you were younger, your body likely produced a strong and steady amount of melatonin each night, allowing you to enjoy long stretches of deep, uninterrupted rest. But as the years go by, your body begins to produce less. This shift can have a real impact on how soundly you sleep. You may still fall asleep easily at night, but by the early hours, 2 3 sometimes 4 a.m., your melatonin levels may dip too low to hold you in that restful state. You wake up not because of a noise, not because of a dream, but because your brain is slowly shifting back toward wakefulness. And without enough melatonin, it simply can't keep you asleep. This doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean your body is failing. It just means your chemistry is changing with age. Even small amounts of light can make this worse. A street lamp outside the window, the glow of a digital clock, or a hallway light creeping under the door. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to these environmental triggers, which makes the 3 a.m. wake-up even more frustrating. Take Harold, who is 72. He always thought of himself as a good sleeper, but lately, he's been waking up wide awake at 3:15 a.m. most nights. He isn't anxious. He isn't upset. He just feels alert, as though it's time to start the day. Once he learned this was connected to melatonin decline, he stopped blaming himself and started making small adjustments. Now, Harold keeps his bedroom darker, avoids screens before bed, and takes a gentle evening walk to support his natural rhythm. These simple changes helped him work with his body, instead of fighting against it. And that understanding alone was a game changer. Awareness turns frustration into compassion, and compassion helps you make wiser choices at night. The second reason is a shifted sleep cycle, something called advanced sleep phase. As we age, our internal clock naturally moves forward. This means we may feel sleepy earlier in the evening and wake earlier in the morning. You might notice yourself dozing off during a late-night movie, or waking without an alarm at dawn, even on days when you wish you could sleep longer. This isn't just a matter of habit. It's rooted in biology, and it grows stronger with age. In younger years, your rhythm was in sync with a later bedtime and a wake-up closer to sunrise. But as that rhythm advances, you may find yourself falling asleep at 9:01 p.m. or even earlier, which means by 3:00 a.m. your body feels like it's already had enough rest. You wake up feeling alert, even though it's still dark outside. Think of it like a clock that has slowly reset itself over the years, ticking a little bit ahead each season. While this isn't harmful, it can be frustrating when your life and routines don't align with this new schedule. Take Charles, who is 68 and retired. He eats dinner around 5:30 p.m., watches a little television, and is asleep by 9:00. By 3:00 a.m., his body is ready to wake. At first, he thought it was insomnia, but he later discovered it was simply advanced sleep phase. Charles made a few adjustments, reading a bit longer under a warm lamp, taking a short walk after dinner, or calling his daughter before bed. These small social and sensory cues helped him stretch his bedtime, and in turn, reduce those 3:00 a.m. awakenings. Understanding this shift removes guilt and gives you a compassionate way to work with your body instead of fighting against it. The third reason is physical discomfort or health-related interruptions. As we grow older, we are more likely to face conditions that quietly interfere with rest. They don't always announce themselves loudly, but they can pull us out of sleep in the early hours. Arthritis, for example, can make lying in the same position for hours uncomfortable. You may not notice it when you first fall asleep, but after several hours of stillness, the aches can build enough to nudge you awake. Other conditions also play a role. Nighttime acid reflux may disturb sleep, especially if dinner was eaten too late. Muscle cramps, dry mouth, or changes in room temperature can trigger wakefulness. For many older men, the need to urinate becomes the most common reason. As the bladder loses elasticity with age, urges come on faster and more often. During the day, distractions keep your attention elsewhere. But at 3:00 a.m., in the stillness, the urge feels stronger. Once you rise, even briefly, your body can shift from deep rest to light alertness, making it harder to return to sleep. Medications can also contribute. Many prescriptions for blood pressure, heart conditions, or pain management bring side effects like frequent urination, shifts in body temperature, or increased sensitivity to noise and light. Take Eleanor, who is 76 and a naturally light sleeper. Over the past year, she noticed she was waking at 3:30 a.m. After talking with her doctor, she learned one of her medicines was affecting her hydration, leading to nighttime bathroom trips. By adjusting the timing of her medication and making a few lifestyle changes, she now wakes less often and falls back asleep more easily. Physical interruptions don't mean your body is failing. They are signs your body is still doing its job, responding, alerting, and protecting you. The fourth reason is lifestyle habits that slowly reshape your sleep rhythm. Small daily routines, meal times, activity levels, and bedtime rituals signal to your body when to wind down. As many older adults shift to quieter days, eating earlier dinners, and having less activity, their bodies begin to interpret these cues as signs that bedtime should arrive earlier too. Over time, this pushes the wake-up time forward, often to 3:00 a.m. A peaceful evening with dim lighting and little stimulation can trigger melatonin production earlier, making you feel sleepy even before you realize the clock has struck 9. Once you fall asleep early, your body simply finishes resting earlier. Food timing also matters. Eating dinner too early without a small snack later may cause a dip in blood sugar overnight. Even if you don't feel hungry, your body may wake up. Caffeine, too, can linger in the system longer as we age. Even an afternoon cup may subtly disturb sleep. Walter, who is 74 and recently retired, fell into this pattern. His days became less structured, dinners earlier and bedtime sooner. Soon, he was waking at 3 a.m., puzzled by his early alertness. After adding an afternoon walk, avoiding naps after dinner, and reading in brighter light during the evening, his sleep window stretched later, helping him stay asleep longer. Our bodies crave rhythm, and routines shape that rhythm. By gently adjusting daily habits, you can guide your body back into a more comfortable sleep cycle. What's remarkable is how powerful even small changes can be, once you notice the signals your body has been giving all along. The fifth reason is emotional and psychological restlessness. Sometimes it isn't the body, but the mind that awakens us at 3 a.m. With age, the busyness of daily life quiets down, leaving space for emotions and memories to rise to the surface. In the silence of the night, unspoken worries, regrets, or longings may begin to stir. This restlessness is different from the sharp anxiety of youth. It is often quieter, more reflective. It may feel like a soft hum in the background, a sense that something is unsettled, even if you cannot name it. The mind, no longer occupied with constant responsibilities, revisits old relationships, past choices, or losses endured. Loneliness can also play a role. As social circles shrink and households grow quieter, the nights can magnify that sense of emptiness. Gloria, who is 80 and widowed, spends her days gardening, calling her grandchildren, and enjoying her favorite shows. Yet at 3 a.m., her thoughts return to memories of her late husband, or to worries she usually keeps tucked away during the day. At first, she thought her sleep was failing, but she later realized her early waking was her heart asking to be heard. She began keeping a journal by her bed, writing a few thoughts when she woke up. She also added a calming evening ritual, like listening to soft music or writing notes to friends. These small acts gave her emotions an outlet, easing her mind and helping her drift back to sleep. The heart does not follow a strict schedule. It remembers when it wants to remember, and speaks when it needs to speak. Rather than seeing these moments as problems, you might view them as opportunities to listen to yourself with kindness. Sometimes the deepest rest comes not from silencing these moments, but from honoring them. As we close, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. Which reason speaks most to you? Was it your body's shifting rhythm, a health-related cause, or something more emotional? Each of these 5 explanations offers a new way to understand early morning wake-ups, and none of them mean you are broken. They show that your body and mind are still active, still adapting, and still responding to life as it unfolds. There is quiet strength in recognizing what your body is telling you, especially in the still hours before dawn. Instead of seeing 3 a.m. awakenings as nuisances, you may begin to see them as gentle signals, guiding you toward better care and deeper understanding. You are not alone in this, and many others share the same experience. With insight comes peace, and with peace comes the freedom to make small, meaningful changes that improve rest, health, and quality of life. If you recognize yourself in any of these reasons, remember, you are not just aging, you are continuing to grow and evolve. And with that growth comes the chance to rest more intentionally, to treat yourself more kindly, and to greet each morning with a little more peace. Thank you for joining us today. We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you've learned and how you plan to use it. Your thoughts encourage us greatly. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support allows us to keep creating content to inform and inspire. We look forward to seeing you again in the next video.